I probably should begin by saying thank you to Brian Huff, because one of his last official duties as he made his march from the principal's office at Raytown to the superintendent's office at over at Central Office was to hire Miss Katie Rapogel, who later became Miss Katie Kolster. And in doing so, he brought to the Raytown High School community, to the teachers who work there, to the students who attend there, and to me as the principal, a great gift of a wonderful educator who has really done tremendous things in the 6 years that she has been at the helm of our theater department at Raytown High School. If you've not been to a Raytown High School theater production in the last few years, then you're missing out. And I don't say that because it's my job to talk well about all the programs at Raytown High School. I say that because it is true. I have been utterly enchanted for 6 years by production after production. I have not attended one that did not keep me captivated all the way to the end. What she has accomplished with our students is truly remarkable. And what she's accomplished for our community is even more amazing. As a classroom teacher, she brings her best every day for her kids, regardless of whether or not they're the children who will be in a production or who are super involved in the Thespian Society or theater as a whole. She's committed to making sure that every kid in our school has a meaningful place to be, a productive school experience, and a sense of belonging to a community. I do recognize that more students in a high school setting will participate in theater and band and speech and debate and choir and orchestra than will participate in any other type of activity. And they often are the kids who, without it, would find nowhere else to belong in the school setting, beyond the classroom. She's a wonderful colleague to her friends in the building and across the district. She takes on challenges, she supports them through tough times, she's there to listen, she supports their activities and attends their things and events. She's a teacher leader for us in this district, and I do see that she has a bright leadership future in our community and district. And she's a member of our community, raising her children here with her husband and showing that she's committed to the Raytown community and that she's all in. Now, she's done a few things in her career that I do think are worth mentioning. Two in particular stand out. A few years ago, many of you may have attended the combined high school musical of Hairspray, which was put on with Katie and her compatriot at South High School. And that event, in many ways, at least at the high school level, transformed and energized this community in so many ways. I couldn't go anywhere without having someone from the community ask me about it, ask me when it was going to be, tell me how wonderful it was, how much they enjoyed the event, whether I was at a Kiwanis meeting or at the grocery store or over at the Quick Trip. It just infected everywhere I went. And if you were there that night, those nights of the production, it was truly amazing how great those kids were. And at the heart of that was Katie. And yes, many other people in this community committed to it and were involved in it and made it happen. But without the forethought, without the commitment of Katie and Brent at South, it would have never happened. And it was magical. It was truly magical for kids and this community. And the other one that I think bears mentioning, in all the years, they most recently put on a production of Big River, which was a very unique show. And I don't know if you know much about Big River, but it's a retelling of the Huck Finn story. And it is much like Hairspray, which is a commentary on race relations. Big River is a commentary on the differences between the African American experience and the white American experience through the telling of Huck and Jim as they travel their trip down the river. And there were so many neat aspects to the production, like the water feature on stage and stuff, but in particular, there was one moment in the play where Josh McCarroll and Caleb Clemens, the two leads, sing this song. And I cannot for the life of me think of the name of the song.
Worlds Apart.
Worlds Apart. But the moment, the build to it was so powerful because it tells the story about how two people can be standing together, yet be miles apart. That their experiences can be so the same, yet so different. And that the things that divide them, that create a different experience for them, are so superficial and so unjust sometimes. And Katie brought that to life. She took kids who were unsure, who were not confident, and she made them bring a really touching moment to life for that audience all those nights, and for those kids. And I know what makes it even more impactful was in the beginning, this show was a tough sell, particularly for some of our African American students, because it portrays African Americans as slaves. And some hateful things are said in the production. But she worked hard to convince them to do it because it was the right thing to do, and it was the right thing for our community, and it was the right thing for our kids. And that's the kind of thing that Katie does for our kids. I was just reading in Michael Fullan's book, Coherence. One of the things that he says is that, by and large, learning is doing, and learners are doers. And good teachers find ways to create doing opportunities for the kids in their classrooms so that they can become learners. And Katie does that every day. She finds ways for kids to be doers, to do the things that we talk about, to bring them to life on the stage, in the classroom, and out in our community and in the real world. And I am blessed to call her my colleague. I am grateful that she works at Raytown High School. She makes the lives of the children better every day. She makes our community better every day. And quite frankly, she makes me better every day. So, Katie, congratulations on being Teacher of the Year.